Spending more on a manual coffee grinder does not automatically buy you a better grind. And today, 5 grinders are going to prove that. A bad grinder doesn't just make bad coffee, it makes every bag of beans you buy worthless. I judge these 5 on grind consistency across settings, burr quality, usable capacity, and price-to-performance ratio. Out of dozens on Amazon, only these 5 are worth your time. One of them shocked me at its price point. Whether you're pulling espresso shots or running a French press, one of these is your grinder. JavaPress promises a lot for $30. 18 grind settings, conical burr, portable, espresso capable. At $29.99, that pitch sounds almost too clean. And honestly, it mostly holds up. With one asterisk, the marketing quietly buries. Over 25,000 reviews at 4.2 stars don't lie. Budget travelers love it. So do casual hand grinders who just want something that works without spending serious money. The problem shows up at the French press end. Owners consistently report needing to sift the grounds, and retention inside the canister is real. Grinding also takes longer than you'd expect. If your morning has a clock on it, that matters. But for espresso pulls on a camping trip, genuinely solid. This is a capable entry point, just not the ceiling. 40 adjustable settings on a $17 grinder. That sounds like a lot. It isn't, not in practice. The SevenMini holds 30 grams, grinds 2 scoops in 15 to 20 seconds, and at 4.4 stars across over 1,700 reviews, buyers clearly like it. For a single cup of pour-over or French press on a camping trip, it genuinely delivers. But don't let 40 settings fool you into thinking espresso is on the table. It's not. The fine end of that range isn't fine enough. If espresso is your target, this grinder will disappoint you regardless of which setting you land on. The 30-gram cap also means high-volume mornings are simply off the menu. What you actually get here is a competent, pocketable single-cup grinder for travelers who just want something better than pre-ground. At this price, that's a fair deal. But it sits below the other saving in the lineup for real reasons. And that gap gets more interesting as we move up. So that brings us to the other saving, and this one leads with a big claim. World's first 60 grams capacity manual grinder. At $17.99, that's a bold thing to put on the box. 60 grams is genuinely a lot for a hand grinder. Enough for a full French press batch without stopping to reload. The 40 adjustable settings and ceramic burr are both present, same as its sibling. On paper, it looks like a straight upgrade. But here's the problem. With only 455 reviews at a 4.3 rating, there's not enough real-world volume to stress test that capacity claim reliably. Does it grind consistently at 60 grams, or does it just hold 60 grams? Those are very different things. Verdict. Potentially interesting for batch brewers, but unproven. Proceed cautiously. At $13.49, the Parasite leads with something actually interesting. 2 glass jars, 11 ounces each, plus a ceramic burr. That is a real differentiator at this price. Glass jars mean you can see what you ground, and they do not absorb coffee oils the way plastic does. Ceramic burr means less heat transfer during grinding. Those are legitimate wins on paper. It carries a 4.1 out of 5 across 3,620 reviews, which is a real sample size. Not 10 reviews from a brand's cousins. But here is the problem. The research data on actual grind consistency is thin. With no hard performance numbers to anchor to, that rating is doing a lot of heavy lifting. Who should buy this? Someone who wants a low-commitment entry point with a nicer dual-jar setup than most competitors at this tier. Who should skip it? Anyone serious about espresso dialing? Unverified consistency at the fine end is a real risk. Interesting for the price. Not proven. That brings us to the one that actually surprised me. $10. The R-Soilch is $9.99, and it has ceramic burrs and 40 adjustable settings. Same burr material as grinders costing 4 times more. Same setting count as the Parasite above it in this ranking. So what did R-Soilch cut to hit that price? Capacity, mostly. Small batches only. multiple fills if you're grinding for 2 or more people. And grinding a small volume takes noticeably longer than you'd expect. Those are real trade-offs. But the core function, consistent, ceramic ground coffee across a wide grind range, holds up. Owners rate it 4.4 out of 5 across 275 reviews. That is not a fluke number for a $10 grinder. For a solo drinker who wants French press or drip quality without spending real money, this is our best overall pick. Ceramic burrs, 40 settings, under $10. The math is almost unfair. If you grind for a crowd, move up the list. If you grind for yourself, stop here. So here is where everything lands. Burr consistency. The R-Soilch and both sievings run ceramic and hold their edge. The JavaPress. Stainless burrs, 18 settings. The grind range is just narrower. Grind range. 40 settings beats 18 every single time. Durability. Ceramic outlasts steel long-term. Price to performance, the R-Soilch wins. Under $10, ceramic burrs, 40 settings. Nothing else on this list touches that ratio. Here is where everything lands. Need espresso fine grinds on a tight budget? R-Soilch. Need serious capacity for a crowd? Saving 60 grams. Need something disposable for travel? JavaPress. The R-Soilch is the honest answer for most people. Ceramic burrs, 40 settings, unbeatable price to performance. That verdict was earned. All 5 grinders are linked below. No sponsored picks. Subscribe if you want breakdowns that actually help you spend smarter.